So today I just wanted to talk a little bit villain origin stories of low back ability. This is not a normal video, so if you just come for back extensions, you can click off of it. I don't get offended. But if you're curious at all how this all happened, this is a super cool full circle moment. I'm in this gym that I've shot some videos at. It's Sunset Park CrossFit gym. And the irony, am I not supposed to share that? CrossFit Sunset Park. So thank you, Jordan. The full circle of this will include this guy and this guy. So this is Jordan, which I've shown in some of my videos. And then we got my guy Mike here, who killer videographer, killer brand owner. He's I'm gonna tell you what he does a little bit with this supplement company. It's super cool. But the full circle of it, I started Low Back Ability a year ago, the channel, and Jordan at the time was living in New York City, and I moved here. Had no real clue of what I was going to do, and I ended up crashing at his place for a week. His landlord wasn't really having that, so I had to go. And then I already knew Mike a while back, and I met his partner, Alex, who owns this beautiful gym. And I became the new resident of a couch upstairs in the massage office 6 days a week. And I opened up my shop of Low Back Ability while sleeping on the couch, which was fun. And I shot in this gym. So I'm going to take a pause from the yapping, but the full circle gets kind of cool for a number of reasons. But Mike actually gave me my first camera ever that I used for the videos. So I couldn't afford a camera. It wasn't going to happen otherwise. So there would be about 10,000 people who would have gotten back surgery otherwise, because my iPhone wasn't going to cut it. I didn't know what to do. So he literally gave me the camera, said, hey, pay it off as you can. I would send a very good $20 every month. It was a 72-month payment plan I was going to do. Then eventually he said, just don't worry about it. Once I was succeeding enough, probably could pay it. He was, don't worry about it. But can you kind of explain, I guess, just a bit of Steel Monkey, because you'll say it, better than me. He owns this amazing supplement company that's doing it completely different, and better than me just thanking him. I'm not the type to affiliate and try to sell you stuff, but this is a proud thing I will shamelessly plug in because it's so aligned with what we're doing. So could you just explain a little bit with that?
Yeah, sure. So we make really healthy, clean supplements, and we make them all ourselves. Literally just the three of us run the whole company, and we all have day jobs, so we're kind of like it's a David versus Goliath little company right now. And it's funny because Brendan came to me 2 years ago asking me for advice, and now the tables have turned, and now I'm kind of asking him for some advice on how to grow, because we basically really know how to make the stuff, but we're not salesmen, so we don't really know how to sell it and get it in more hands.
And I'm not a salesman. This is why this is beautiful. So when I reached out, you had like 25,000 followers, and I had, was it not that? Was it more or less?
Yeah, I just had some viral workout reels that I just like shooting for fun, as a hobby.
Yeah. So if you know Christian Bale, if you know Inception or Batman, he's Christian Bale's mentor.
What?
I don't know if Christian knows that, but this sort of shit I would see you make, I was like, I wanted to get into film eventually. I wanted to do stuff, and it was so cool to me to see somebody nearby.
Christopher Nolan, not Christian Bale. Christian Bale wasn't even in Inception either.
Yeah, he's my autocorrect in real time. Imagine what happens behind the scenes of what he fixes for me. So Jordan's the COO of Low Back Ability, if you haven't seen that. He's the guy I've been annoying in all the videos. That's basically the main thing he does is, keep me from big mistakes, tax evasion, jail, all that. That's what he's helping with. But, yeah, bro, I was so inspired, and I had 5,000 followers. And I came to you, and I was like, dude, please mentor me. And you were like, you're going to be big. And I was like, Mike, I'm a college dropout. Nobody says I'm going to be big. But just basic life fundamental shit. I never wanted to be a salesman. I just wanted to be mission-driven first. And he's being really humble about the products. Hopefully we can put pictures on the screen. The line, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, that shit is fire. It's beautifully marketed, but it's also the coolest thing. I didn't know anything about the supplement industry and how the barriers of it are as a new player in the market, and then also like putting out good shit and how kind of wild, unregulated, and like, all that stuff. So could you just give like the 30, 60-second elevator pitch of the products, what they are, the three?
Yeah, so I actually don't even have an elevator pitch, so I probably should get one. But that's another example of why we're not great businessmen. We make a great product, but we're not great at selling it. But if I had to sum up the products, it's the healthiest supplements made with natural superfoods, and there's just no bullshit in them. There's just so much garbage in other supplements that they cover up with like these fancy terms like using natural flavors, which are actually a bunch of chemicals made in the lab. We have no flavors, no colors, nothing added. It's just like raw. It's for like more hardcore stuff for people who like really care about what's going in their body.
And they would like call it blends, right? They would like put some turmeric, call it a turmeric blend, and then they don't have to specify how much of each ingredient, you said, or something?
Yeah, exactly. So they're called proprietary blends, and that basically means like it's like you don't want to tell what's in it because it's your property. You don't want people to copy it, but it's really just like a cover-up way of just not having to tell how much of everything is in it. So you could be like, yeah, this has creatine in it, but it could be like 0.1 grams, which is like insignificant.
And then chalk.
Yeah, exactly. And just a bunch of other junk. But you don't have to disclose because it's a proprietary blend.
Yeah. So you were starting a business at the same time I was kind of venturing out into this. So at the same time, and it was just really cool seeing the lab you were working out of with, was it Mike and, I know who the bros, the Fields bros.
Yeah. Shout out to the Frio bros because just like Brendan needed a couch to crash on, I needed a place to make the supplements, and they let me use their office that they were using to start up their podcast. They would let me use it like after 5 p.m. after they left, so I'd be going in there with all the supplements and mixing in their office late nights.
Yeah. So the full circle, I mean, it's dope that I'm here. This is also partially announcing we're gonna have, maybe it's a little bit early, but a workshop in New York City, June 1st, for anybody who's in the area and wanted to train with us. Probably will be at this gym. We gotta verify with the owner. I didn't even ask yet, but we're that good, so hopefully. But yeah, man, it's like crazy that someone saw and appreciated genuinely the way I was going about things. You told me I'd be where I'm at now. In the full circle of the fact, gave me the first camera. You and your partner gave me a place to sleep in the first few months of when I was posting the stuff and videos. I literally have to try to shout it out now because this wouldn't exist otherwise. So now, Jordan's full circle. He's been my CEO for like 3 or 4 failed companies. And the first one, do you want to tell him about the first company we did?
Yeah, sure. So back when Brendan was building Adapt, at least the beginning stages of that, we were both in college.
That is a failed concept of like all dreams actualize in perfect timing, and you're trying to manifest your goals as a young, struggling entrepreneur. I was just coping online, calling it a brand.
I wouldn't say failed. It's just more on the back burner at the moment. Sure. But we started a meal prep company, which involved us spending about 80% of the money that we had on groceries that we weren't even going to eat. We bought maybe 12 to 20 things of Tupperware, and in between shifts and in between practice training and everything, we would both try to make the meals.
What were the meals?
Chicken thighs made with vegetable oil, with
seed oils, ground turkey, chicken, white rice.
With about 20 different seasonings, with whatever we had, pretty much.
Yeah. So sorry to all the customers that I gave, diabetes now, so that's whatever. But
yeah, so the customers that we had at the time were friends, colleagues, or just anyone Brendan was clients that Brendan was training at Blink way back in the day. The kicker was Brendan would pretty much have to watch them eat the meal and then request for the Tupperware right back to us.
So yeah, you couldn't take that home. They would have to finish eating right in front of me, finish working out, eat the meal, I need it back, you can keep the plastic fork, and then I took the Chinese Tupperware back home. And with those, you wash them 10 times and the grease never leaves, and it's like, yeah, it was that sort of residual buildup. So yeah, he was there for that. We didn't break even.
We were negative.
Yep.
For sure.
Super negative.
Negative for sure.
And it's cool because when I first came to New York, I was sleeping on his couch. I was a college student, my financial aid fell through. I was studying exercise science, selfishly just to try to figure out how to fix my back issues. because physical therapy didn't do it. I already had knee surgery, and I literally was going academia route to try to learn and going to conferences and presenting stuff on research, but still injured. And that's how I ended up in New York. And so I ended up financial aid issues on the track team, but homeless essentially, sleeping on his couch for the whole year, the first year. Then
Before we moved out to
yeah.
this place, yeah.
And then we found a place together and decided to be poor there together and failed businesses. So now that we're just even able to swipe a card and get lunch together like we just did, and we're actually, supporting ourselves, building a business, and it's not sleazy, and there's people actually grateful, I just, this video might only get 1,000 views because it's not what you want to hear from me for the low back, but it's a testament to taking the long way to building stuff ethically in a way you care about. And you can't pick the time frame, and it may not make the most, business sense to like what advice people would give on starting a business, but it feels way better this way. And any gratitude you have for me, the reason I'm shouting it out is because it would be just dishonest to not show as I get bigger and can what helped build it. Yeah, maybe it's just premature. No one cares how I got to where I'm at now. I don't know. But if you're grateful for me, please understand there's people behind it. Go say what's up to Jordan if you want to bother him on Instagram. Go say what's up to Mike. Don't give him a choice. He pretends to be shy. He's a grown-ass man doing big things in the world. He's gonna, he's doing his thing. So I don't know. The shyness is gonna leave soon. But yeah, check out the steelmonkeysuperfoods.com.
.co.
.co.
Couldn't afford the .com, so we got the .co.
I didn't even know it's cheaper. We should look into that, Jordan. That's a good savings right there. Yeah, I'm holding the mic. Is there anything else? We're just thinking about full circles. Any TED Talk you want to practice first before we get off? Anything you have to say?
So this is kind of funny. So way back in the day,
This better be some bullshit. Okay.
I gave a speech, or like you said, a TED Talk at Queens College.
Wow. Okay, we're just telling stories.
Yeah, and there were about a total of 6 people there, 5 of them being my friends from the team. And I froze. I gave this, it was a good concept of what I was talking about, but for whatever reason, I did the whole,
He did a dramatic pause. I don't know, we're going so tangent. I'm excited to see how he turned around. But he did a speech in this little auditorium and did a pause and walked for 47 seconds to a point where we realized, oh, he just forgot the punchline. He doesn't know what he's going to say. So, is this the punchline? You waited years to like finish it? What do you got to?
the funny part about that was I didn't have a punchline written at the time. I was watching a whole bunch of motivational videos and I'm like, oh, that's just what you do to grab attention and everything. But to be honest, I don't even know where I was going with this story. Overall, I'm just happy to be here with my friends and really doing something I can honestly be proud of.
Yeah.
Along with them. So, and I wouldn't want to be on this journey with anybody else. So, I'm grateful for you
Appreciate it.
both.
Thanks, man. He does like me. I know the videos makes it seem like he doesn't like me. I think you were going somewhere to say I was really supportive of that talk, and I clapped for you. I think you was going to say I'm a good friend, and I don't know, rave for me or something. But yeah, okay, that was good.
I'm excited to see how successful you become, man, because like I said, when I first met you, I definitely knew you were going to do something special. And then after I met you and you were sleeping on the couch, I think the story just kept getting better because you were sleeping on the couch above a gym, following your dreams, and then your car got towed with all your clothes in it. This guy literally was sleeping on the couch, had no clothes.
Sleeping in this man's tank top.
I had to lend him some clothes, and then I'm just like, it's just even better, man. Just better for the story. One day, when you see how far you come, even just a year later.
Yeah, man. I'm wearing my own socks now, and yeah, for real. I would have been down and out so many times in my life, and I think that's why like stuff like, I don't want to say just this page or a style of business. I guess by the time this goes out, the website's out. So the lowbackability.com site where it's pay what you want and trying to give everything away in a way of like letting people choose what the value is in these different models, mission first. If you don't have support, you're probably going to get beat beat up in this world, like really bad along the way, and I kind of did. No sob story, but I just wouldn't have made it otherwise without that sort of like net, that safety net of support from people around. And so that's why we just operate the way we do. Jordan is just like me. I'm just trying to let you guys in on it to see it. Mike is just like me, if not way better, and just letting people in to see on it. And, you know, they'll have their own platforms and things they do individually. But while I have any amount of attention, even if it's 500 views, just want to show the transparency if you're trying to build a brand or you're trying to build a fitness influencing sort of like movement. This is a way you could do it. Not being the coolest, not being the jacked person, not being the smartest, and just genuinely putting your heart out to help. Failing, people will lift you up, and you attract that. And so, you know, that's what I got for the day.